Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Luke Ness Monster, and today we're going to be reviewing the Star Wars The Black Series, Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader. And now this is a figure that I've had for almost a year now and just completely forgot to review. He just slipped past my radar for some reason, and I was going back today looking and I just realized I had not reviewed him. So we are a little late on the review, but we're going to do it anyway. So this is, of course, the Darth Vader. It does say Darth Vader right there. Empire Strikes Back. I do really love the blue Empire Strikes Back packaging. I do hope we get more figures in that pretty soon because it just looks incredible. We do have the amazing artwork of Darth Vader on the side here. I absolutely love that artwork. It just looks really, really good. It does say Darth Vader again at the bottom there. Turning it around, we do have his bio. You can pause and read it if you would like. And then we also do have some more of that nice Darth Vader artwork. It is number 1 in the Empire Strikes Back line. Flipping it back over to this side, not a whole lot going on. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this guy out of the box. So we have Darth Vader out of the box, and I do have to say this guy is absolutely stunning. I do have to say, definitely by far the best Darth Vader mold we've gotten so far, and man, he is really, really cool. I do love, of course, his only accessory is a lightsaber. I maybe would have liked some different hands and stuff to switch out the different hand motions, but it's not the end of the world. Obviously, he is Darth Vader, and all he really needs is a lightsaber, but he looks incredible. I do have a few complaints about like the length of the cape and a few other stuff like that, but we will get into that just a second once we take a closer look. But I just want this guy to get a few spins on the turntable because he deserves it. He is an amazing looking figure by far. So one complaint that I do have is that his cape is actually kind of too long. If you want it in a natural position, kind of like this, it means that the back of it bunches up a ton, and it just looks super, super long and super, like, scrunched up. It looks kind of weird, and, like, if he doesn't fall over, sorry about that, I can actually show you how long this cape is. It's still going. There's still more of it bunched up in the back there, so, yeah. It's a very long cape, and it's hard to get it in natural, I guess, cape positions. It just is really, really weird and very poofy, I guess you could say. And continuing just to take a closer look at the figure, first we're going to take a closer look at the actual helmet, if my tripod will raise up there. And yeah, honestly, this guy's helmet looks really good. It's going to be hard to focus on with it being all black. But yeah, there is some insane details on the helmet that's just hard to see on camera. Like I said, it's all black and you cannot see the contrast as much, but it does look really good. Moving down to like the chest belt area, we do have the bits of cloth that goes under the shoulder pads, which just look really good as well. Look just insane. Unfortunately, they did not paint these shoulder pads at all, which just is weird because I know on other Vaders I've seen them painted and they're supposed to be painted, but they just left them black. It has like the mold in for it to be painted, but it's just normal colors. And I also just love like the textured material that they picked for the arms. It is plastic, but it has like a nice texture to what the material of the suit would actually look like, and it just looks really cool. Of course, we do have the different colors and buttons and stuff on the belt, just sculpted beautifully. It looks really good. Do have the legs, which aren't anything really special. I do love the chrome kind of boots, but yeah, honestly, it just looks pretty cool. Now taking a closer look at the lightsaber hilt, this guy has an insane amount of detail on the hilt. It just looks a lot like Darth Vader's hilt, which is very impressive. They really sculpted that detail in there, and it's kind of hard to see, but if we get it to focus on, we can see that amount of detail on the actual hilt. Just looks amazing. It is, of course, a removable blade. It's not very, like, tough to get out like some of the other blades. It is decently loose, but it does look really, really good. And I am glad they decided to make it removable. There isn't anywhere you can really hang the hilt on Vader, which does kind of suck. I would have liked a clip of something, but you can't really hang it on him at all. So I guess the removable blade is kind of pointless, but it's still really cool, and I'm glad they added in the feature, and I do love that vibrant red. It looks really good. First up for comparisons, we do have Vader next to Palpatine in his throne, and yeah, these guys just look amazing together. The classic original trilogy villains, they're amazing together, and I cannot just declare that enough. I love how they look together. Just iconic as well. Looks amazing. And of course, speaking of iconic, you can't have Darth Vader without Stormtroopers. So here's the newer 2020 version of the Stormtrooper, looking really, really nice as well. I really wish I picked up more of those Stormtroopers now, because they just look so good next to Darth Vader. I cannot, like I said, state that enough. It's just really, really cool to have a solid Stormtrooper mold with a solid Darth Vader mold. And we're also going to compare the Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader to the Emperor's Wrath Vader, and these are two different molds. They are very close to the same, but they are a little bit different here and there. One big difference is the height. This guy is definitely taller just by a smidge, and you can definitely tell, but I know there's a few things here and there where this one is better on the older one, but on the newer one it's a little better on that one. For example, the cape is a lot thicker. It does have this nice like corner guard or fabric, I guess you could say, whatever, but it definitely is a thicker, like double lined cape. It's not this one thin piece of cape like this one. This is a nice, like, I feel like higher quality cape. Definitely has like a nice seam line on the inside too to give it a nice look. So I feel like the cape is just a lot nicer quality, and it does have the chain as well on this one. So cape goes out to this one, and he also does have a different hand. It's more of like a force hand, which is also nice as well, where this one's more of a grabbing hand. And of course he does have the painted shoulders, but there is more problems with like just not as good articulation. As you can tell, he can only bring his arm up that much. Articulation is a huge problem on this guy, and there's a lot more I don't even want to get into, but the main difference is of course the head. This one has like a see-through shocky head, where this one is the normal Darth Vader head, and this one just is not nearly as good of a shape and as just as a mold. And then last up for the comparison, this is the Empire Strikes Back Vader, so why not show the Empire Strikes Back Bespin Luke. Also looking really good. They look great together, and they just look great dueling as well, but I do wish they make a brand new mold for this Luke, because it's very outdated. Articulation is alright, but still not very good, and I'd love to see what they could do with a brand new mold of this. But knowing Hasbro, they're going to keep reusing molds as much as possible, because I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it, and while it's not good, it's not broke either, so I can see why they haven't fixed it. But it would it would fix Darth Vader so much, if you know what I mean. I mean, he's such a cool figure, and then you put him next to a crappy Luke. It's hard to really appreciate Darth Vader that way, but I get, it is what it is, and I'd love to see both of them updated. With Empire Strikes Back, the 40th anniversary was last year, and they didn't make an updated Bespin Luke. Is just kind of insane to me, but like I said, it is what it is. So yeah, overall, I'm going to give this figure a 4.5 out of 5. I do really, really like Darth Vader. I love how this figure came out. It's a big upgrade from the previous versions of Darth Vader, and it definitely shows. One of the best figures of 2020, hands down. And yeah, definitely one of the best Empire Strikes Back figures as well. So yeah, that is why it gets a 4.5 out of 5, and I will suggest this to any Empire Strikes Back fans, Darth Vader fans, or fans looking for a really, really good Black Series figure.